No survivors, man. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the next chapter in the Perfect Peninsula build. So in the last episode, we recapped that currently there is a bug. Hopefully by the time this patch is official, it will have remedied, but taverns are taking ale from each other. Now, a large upgraded tavern can facilitate 100 burgage plots. So, until they patch this, there is a slightly artificial cap of 100. Now, some people have placed their taverns very far apart to slightly remedy this so that it is not a consistent flow. But yes, two taverns right next to each other will just go haywire. So be very careful with that. We're going to go with the one large tavern. Everything is grand. We do have our burgage plot set up with a production limit of 160 ale. We're going to get all of our houses to tier 3, which is fantastic because as you can see, I have a lot of unassigned families and we're doing incredibly well. Now it's time to get into more production. So we're going to put 4 families into each of these farmhouses and let them go crazy. Very, very nice. We have a lot to farm, a lot of barley. Barley that we're producing is going to substantially reduce how much money we're spending per month. We may even get to a point where it's fully self-sustained just through here. We'll play that by ear. You can see I have 810 apples. That's because some of the previous year's apples are now being thrown into the pot. Berries is great. We're starting to accumulate some eggs, so eggs is definitely a good source. But then again, you can see that I do have a granary worker coming to transport eggs. So it's like you have to realize that there is a logistical cost when you do all that stuff. So I kind of hate eggs for that reason. But I think eggs make a whole lot more sense in a region where you're trying to export like meat or berries, right? Eggs are beautiful for low population, but it's a bit redundant and overkill. So over here we have a granary that needs to be upgraded. We're going to have a bread-only marketplace behind all of this. So here, or I guess we decided to go over here. So what we need to quickly do is make sure that only thing that we're doing for this location is selling bread. And then once this market granary is up, we'll make it so they only store certain things here. We have 2 ovens. Very much overkill. We have our foresters getting this area cleaned out so that we can get windmills up. So we can see that the efficiency is still impacted by the amount of trees around us. Gonna let them keep doing their thing. Let's see, who is the gentle folk for this area? Let's get this a little bit bigger. All right. So we need the ox to keep moving these logs out of here. They're doing a good job. I don't know if we're actually getting close to a point where we're full up on wood. We are. So I'm going to need to expand my logging camps. That's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to create a bunch of storage. Very, very, very good. And then over here, the manor is up. We are not able to wall perfectly the whole strip. They can still go around it. So personally, I think it's just kind of pointless to make a weird looking castle. What we're going to make is a good castle. A good weird looking castle, I should say. So let us start with how I want to do this. So we can use the outer towers to help position things. Let's face it so that everything is fantastic. All right. This is actually probably good enough. And we can move these towers at a later point, which is awesome. All right. So this is really decent right here. So what we want is a walled section that kind of aligns with everything here. I want to get as much as I possibly can of this back area. So we got that. We're going to need a lot more stone. Let's get this up. All right. So we got ourselves a nice little circle here. It looks like we actually do have enough stone to do this. So let's get this go on the road and I'll rearrange stuff in a little bit. So once this tavern is up, which it is, we're going to put an overstock. We found that keeping an overstock feature is good. I mean, once I hit 50 burgage plots, it's not going to matter. But you can see I have 40, a 10 overstock is actually all that's necessary here. Let's do 11 because I have 39 right now. And so I have not had issues storing alcohol in a granary. You can disable this, but then personally, I think it causes issues. So we're going to leave it alone for now. And we're going to get all of our booze up. We have a positive treasury, which means that we're paying our annual royal tax. It also means that we have a little bit of money to pimp out our retinue, who are in good need of a fashion adjustment. But I'm hoping that at some point they give us a button that upgrades all, because I absolutely hate having to go through all this stuff. I also would like the ability to do a customize all, at least for colors. So everything is great. We have more than enough horses. We've assigned our horses. And it does take a little bit of time for them to get kind of caught up with everything over here. So we have a good influx of things. 51 and 53 barley. So we're producing 100 barley over here. Our import costs are going to go down. That's going to mean I'm making more money, which means I'm able to tax more money. And as I get these houses to tier 3, we're going to generate an additional 1 revenue per family. As they destroy more trees, this will be better. So what I'm going to do is just set it down, and then we're going to go into the advanced tab once more. And we're just going to really dial it down in this area right here. Put it right around where we're going to be doing things. Perfect. So let's fire all. It seems like it actually automatically switched out what I had set up. So what we're going to do is just go through every single apiary, fire everybody, make sure that there are no working apiaries, and then we're just going to manually reassign. So this individual is a forester and a warehouse worker. I don't like that he is a warehouse worker. So I'm going to fire people who I don't like. Trader, forester. I'm cool with him being a forester. Not cool with him being a time-sensitive job, though. A hunter and a granary worker. He should definitely not be a hunter, and this person should definitely not be a granary worker. Okay, forager, forester. I got it reassigned a lot of stuff. So okay, let's see. We're in good shape. Trader and a tanner. I don't want this person being a trader, so we're gonna throw him into there. We got a couple more jobs. Tanner is fine. All right. And then we got a lot of windows up. Let me get these all done. Okay. And this individual is two warehouse workers, which is awful. So we're going to place these guys right there. Okay. So I think we're good there. Firewood cutter, unassigned. Warehouse worker, granary worker. I don't like either one of those, but for the time being, I think what I'm going to do is actually make him a malt house worker. Make this person also a malt house worker. We will have a stockpile, and as long as there's 2 of them in there, but it's going to be a little weird. And what we also want to make sure is that we're using the fuel reserve. So I originally didn't want that, but I have to find something for them to do. And then I just fired a bunch of people. But that's all I'm going to do. I don't really want to show you all of that because it's self-explanatory. You just need to go through and make sure your veggie workers are in jobs that are not time sensitive. So that also could have been causing some of these tavern issues here. A storehouse near here. I think this is a good idea. Hopefully they don't bring too much firewood over here. I wish that I could set the quantity of firewood to be brought, so we can place it right here. So this is going to be a potentially good or bad setup right there. Let's get the granary upgraded. Get this up. All right, we're in good shape. You can see that we got a lot of barley coming in. We got an enormous amount of wheat coming in, and we got a lot of people who need jobs. So once we get some more stuff up, we're going to be in good shape. So over here, we want to X out of everything are these grand things like such. Flour, grain, wheat, rye, and barley. I don't think we're ever going to go into rye, but I'm going to leave it up anyway, just to show you guys what you need. And then we're going to go through our handy dandy list of people who are potentially unemployed. So we got 2 farmers there. Unassigned granary worker. Perfect. So put a granary worker up. Nice. We got the efficiency bonus. Let's go see. The castle walls are now up. So this is really easy design that I'm going to be showing you. Essentially, we're just going to, instead of doing the Pac-Man, I found you can literally just do another gatehouse, like just like this, and it's just as effective, if not more. And it looks a lot nicer. Now we can also move these guys around so that the towers actually look like they make a little bit more sense. We can throw them into the wall itself. It's kind of chaotic here because we have so much wood blocking everything. Let's get at least one more, and these can be as short or as wide as you want. I'm going to make these guys just a little different. There we go. So now we have the 2 areas. This should allow us to do quite a bit. I'm actually going to make this a little bit more elongated. Archers can shoot right through the wall in the current system. So yeah, you just line them up. They come in. You have multiple stages where you can hold them in this area. This also allows the trade carts to move through without too many hangups, but this will actually cause some issues, so it's kind of annoying. But that's why I don't, if I wanted to make this ultimate defense, I would stagger them for sure. And it looks like I should probably drag those walls. So what we need to do is also cut down all of the lumber here. Yeah, we're going to need to cut down a lot of these trees. So I'm going to put a logging camp right over here for now. All right. It looks like, oh, it looks like the forester is planting trees. Actually, no, it looks like the trees are actually just growing back naturally. That actually kind of sucks. Just pretty much indefinitely. I'm just going to keep one dude in there. All right, one dude in there. We're going to alternate now. Leave the one man there. And we'll put one more guy up in here. Foresters. I'm going to break both of these down to 1 for now. Let's see if we can just get away with a few less foresters. All right, and the rain just damaged all of our freaking crops, but that's okay. We got barley coming in just from our fields now. That's going to be a huge save. And this storehouse is going to work extra hard to get firewood, but that means that all of these people are not going to have to walk down here for firewood, and that, I think, is going to be a huge deal. 1 or 2 people throwing firewood up from this area using the overstock feature. This is where the overstock feature comes into play. Since we're already putting these food stalls in here, I'm fine with them overstocking foods too, because food stalls have no spoilage. We're just going to put an absurd overstock of 20 on this area. 4 families on a plot like this is overkill. That's why I like these plots, because they're really good, and because the families can quickly do all this stuff, and because food is eaten from a granary before the market stall. It's really not that big of a deal. So most of the barley is being stored here. I'm actually going to remove barley from being stored here so that it's stored in that other granary that we have up. I think it's worth it for them to move. Okay, and we're going to put 1 dude we're actually going to put 2 people in this windmill to get things going. Now, if I could alternate every other year, I would, but I really don't want to micromanage all this stuff. Ideally, you would have 4 fields so that you could do 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, because then I could alternate like this. If I had a 4th slot that said fallow, then I would have them alternating every other year. But I don't have that, so I have to lose the whole thing. Otherwise, you have to go through and micromanage every single one of these things, and it's just so annoying. But our goal right now is to get to 60 burgish plots. We have more than enough families to absorb a lot of cost. So I think it's time to do the 2 benders, especially because it's going to take about 4 years for the apples to come out. We're going to do this. We're going to lose a bit of a corner, and we're going to get all this land. All right. We're doing a little bit of a modified design. This is actually completely unnecessary, what I'm doing here, but I want to do it because I can. These are actually really good benders. These are some of the best benders I've ever seen. And you can do them any way you want. I could actually do one this way. This was kind of cool. This is actually really interesting. The mirror looks really interesting. Interestingly enough, you could actually just do 3 plots like this straight down, and that wouldn't be terribly, terribly bad. Wouldn't be the best that you can do, but it wouldn't. Okay, this is why you typically need to stick to designs, but this will actually work just fine. Okay, storehouse is up. So the storehouse here is only going to deal in firewood. And we have the overstock mechanic on, so we're gonna put 1 individual in here for firewood. And his job is going to be to run firewood from all the way down there to all the way up here. It's going to be quite fun. All right, so alcohol coverage is 100%. We got our 50. I mean, we're doing beautifully right now. We have just an absurdly good setup. Spearmen, we have enough to facilitate everything there. So we're going to go back into iron part production and focusing on crossbows. And you can see we have 163 eggs. Because we're not eating all the food we're producing, so a lot of them will spoil. 245 bread. Honey's through the roof. Veggies are through the roof. We're stupid. We're stupid good shape right now. What I want to do is just put a bunch of houses in here. So we're gonna go for 20 more burgage plots. Yeah. I feel like we could fit a lot more than that in here. So we need to figure out something that's gonna work. All right. This will be a perfect 2 with extensions. I love the corpse pit. It's just the greatest thing ever. The greatest. Yeah. There we go. I want to fit as many houses in here as possible. So this is how we're going to do it. There we go. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit... Oh, we were able to do that, but yeah, it's going to have to be 1. Well, let's try from the other angle. That is a shame. That is a shame. But you know what? 1's better than nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got plenty of room. But we're going the distance now, and we have a lot of room over here too. Oh, geez, Louise, they spawned right in my region. Okay, we got to get all our guys into position, which is amazing because we had a lot. Okay, they spawned right on top. They're gonna burn down. They're gonna burn down some of my wood. That's okay. They're gonna have a hell of a time getting over, though. It is just an immense amount of units. Looks like I killed one of my hawks. But yeah, these crossbows are gonna annihilate them. Oh man, yeah, they're dropping like flies. This is beautiful. Yeah, these bridges are basically a death trap for the enemy. Well, it looks like the retinue did their job. They got him so they couldn't see. Good thing we have 2 spear units. But yeah, they didn't stand a chance. Beautiful. No survivors, man. Oh my god. That was a slaughter. That was not that wasn't. Yeah, that I think I broke some war. Those some war crimes committed right there, man. All these plots are doing great. We're gonna do veggies and apples here. We do not need to do this. This is purely insanity. And we need a lot more lumber now, so let's get to it. Let's come back up over here. Luckily, they didn't burn anything down. I'm gonna get a bunch of guys in here. We need to go crazy. And we do have our common good soul. Look at that. They got it full of firewood. So now everybody has firewood right in the heart of the city. It's beautiful. And we need to focus on stop building. Maybe I need to stop focusing on building burgers plots, and I need to focus on everything else, because we got a lot of people. But let's do it. Let's get this place humming. So we still have a bunch over here. We need clay tiles now. So let's go back to trade, crafting materials, and import raw clay. Okay, so the joiner's workshop here. We don't need to do large shields anymore, really. We're just going to leave it there. They're going to produce up to 30. So that guy's just basically going to get paid to do nothing for the rest of his life. The forester here, I think, needs more people. And we need to hyper-focus this area. Forester up here is, in my opinion, fine. Foragers are doing fantastic. We're more than keeping up with all the berries, and everything is great. Alright, we have 10 barley left. How much freaking booze do we have left? 23? It's amazing how quickly these people go through alcohol. So yeah, we'll need to... I'm gonna come over and actually increase the amount of barley that I'm purchasing up to 30. As long as I have an alcohol cap, I won't go too crazy. So let's increase that to 30. Boot everybody up. Pack station with no one in it. Oh, it looks like I got 2 apiaries over here that I forgot about. I'm gonna throw people in. Alright, and then the manor is done. But we're gonna need to put 3 people right here. This is actually great, all things considering. And let's carpet clean this area of wood so that we have field of view. This area over here desperately needs to be cut down too. So I'm going to take 2 individuals here, and we're going to hyper focus this area, get it war ready. There's so much trees. But yeah, you can plant trees in your area. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, I think these guys have gone to join Christ forever. I don't know if I can get them unstuck. Maybe if I reload the game. But that's okay. We're still powerful. We don't even actually need them. I can hire mercs, and I can do all types of stuff to offset that. Alright, yeah, so bringing firewood, very much a feasible thing. Yeah, it costs like an extra worker, but everyone just runs to this stall to get their firewood, and everybody's happy with that. So let's see, let's check it out. This dude over here is sick. Going to get a drink, Tanner. So these aren't working yet per what I understand. The forager and herb gardens. The herbs are supposed to help people. Let's get one going. I stopped doing them in the recent patch because they were just accumulating in large amounts. And I have other goods that I prefer to sell. Once they rehaul trade, like a lot of my strategies are going to change. Like I'm going to be anything I can produce for trade is going to be produced. But I've just been kind of holding off on it. Yeah, I have 3 people in here. All right, so we're good. We've got the booze coming out the wazoo. We got our pantry full of alcohol. And, I mean, they're drinking it. They're guzzling it down like there's no tomorrow. They got problems that they're running away from, but We're doing great outside of that. Outside of my alcoholic population, we are doing very, very well for ourselves. And it looks like we have 50 constructed burgage plots, so we have room for 10 more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can have weird plots. There we go. There's our 60. So 50 constructed, 10 under constructed. There's a perfect 60. We got ourselves the whole peninsula pretty much filled in. We got our combat area. We're going to speed this bad boy up. Well, what I would do is I would take this region and just start mass producing barley. You got a lot of good things. You got fish over here, and you have salt. You can trade that for sausages. You can do this and that. There are some glitches going on. This is beautiful, though. 740 honey. I am trading honey. Trade literally cannot keep up with production. This is what makes large cities not feasible in the game right now. Like, realistically, 40 burgage plots is amazing. It's just amazing. You can have such a high population and make such a vast sum of money. We have a lot of money right now, and I want to get over 75% so I can get 2 families per month. I'm going to reduce my taxes temporarily to 5%. And that will get us to 76 right there. Perfect. We're running out of families. We're running out of people. We have 29 living spaces, so I'm cool with 0. Problem is that logs and all that won't be brought in until more people come. We're going to up the booze makers to a bigger plot. They deserve it. Primarily, the thing that's missing for us is clay tiles. There we go. We got the clay. We got everything coming in. Everybody's happy. Get another ox. God knows what reason but me. We're at 100% food variety. Easily. We're not even using eggs, as you can see. I'd have to create a specific market for eggs and then overstock it for eggs to be put into a market stall. So that's what I mean, is that you really can overkill it quite easily. Eggs really only make sense to me if you need a 4th food variety of greatness. So all I'm going to do is just make clay tiles, wait, make clay tiles, wait. But I know in your heart of heart, you want to see me conquer the nation. So let's go to war. Let's take a region. There's no mercenaries available. I don't need them. I have 4 crossbow units and spears. We don't need anything. We're going to annihilate the king. He can bring every person he has in the world, and nothing is going to save him. Yeah, you can see that they're freaking out a little bit. The game starts to kind of get weird on the lake map. The other maps work just fine, but the lake map is definitely having issues. We got a lot of living space, a lot of families. Okay, let's go to war. Let's start a fight. Starting a fight is fun. Okay, this is where the fight's gonna take place. Let's go over there. Oh shit, they're gonna meet me right on the battlefield. Oof, I did not expect that. I might have to fight one army and then fight another, because what's gonna happen is I need to run here to start combat. I'm not gonna make it. Alright, once I get in this circle, the war will start. I need to run and get in this circle. Okay, cool. Now we'll only have to fight one battle. That's beautiful. I'm gonna run these guys back. Luckily, I was able to get the retinue into position. Crossbowmen are also in a good spot. Let's space these guys out a little bit more. I'm going to flare them up just a tad bit. Give them a nice little angle. And we're going to run for our lives all the way back. Let's watch our crossbowmen at work. Oh, they're sending in the retinue first. This is beautiful. They're about to get bolted. Oh, this is going to hurt them bad. We can take the retinue out. It's like having muskets, man. And they're going to start running sideways, which means they're not going to get their full defensive properties. Yeah. This is just war crimes all around. Ooh, we took out like 5 of them there. Okay. Yeah, the pond is doing really well. Oh no, they're running across it. Okay, we broke them. Alright, let's keep it up. Now we need to shoot all these gents. I'm going to actually send this unit over here. Looks like they're going to try to come around the side on us. We just got to keep shooting them. We're killing lots of them over here. The Battle of Fish Pond has commenced. Oh, yeah, we're getting those sideways shots now. Those are brutal. They're not going to survive. All right, we broke both of them. It looks like now we want to flare our men to the opposite side. I did not expect to kill everybody that quickly. This is great. They were just instantly broken. Okay, let's do this. Let's push forward on these individuals. We got crossbowmen, they got bows. Oh, yeah, we're annihilating them. That wave, yeah, that little volley right there just took out so many of them. Oh, man. Okay. We're gonna win this battle. We just need to kill everybody. Yeah, and there's like a little bit of a breakdown. Okay, cool. Battle over. The Battle of Fish Pond was very victorious. All right, so we got food there. We got salt there. We got everything a growing boy needs. Let's not... It's February now. It's winter. Wait till March to set up our people. Holy cow, that is a lot of dead bodies. All right, so what we're going to do now is wait for these bodies to disappear. Otherwise, we're going to come in here with 40 unburied bodies. So we're not going to do that. So let's wait until these bodies are gone. All these new plots, we're going to have multiple families in. This is going to be pretty nuts. And yeah, we could go eggs on all of these. But like I said, I just feel like it overwhelms the granary workers. And I already have made a city that produces a dumb amount of food. Literally at this point, I'm just throwing bodies into the design to eat up the food I've made. And this just goes to show you that food is exceptionally easy. Taking it to this extreme is completely unnecessary. But I wanted to show you guys how to do this. Going forward, I'm probably going to be building a perfect 40 burgers plot city. Dialed in. Most likely it is going to use not the Flexo, because the Flexo is meant for like 60. The Flexo is meant for 60 burgers plots, and it's also meant to trade. And it's also meant to stand the test of time. This is completely overkill. I am kind of like working on a marriage between a couple designs that I'm like... I have this like dragonfly or turtle thing that I want to try out. It'd also be kind of cool, I think, to show more organic designs. Like, this is really dialed in, but what's important is not the design so much as how everything works together. So thank you guys so much for watching.